up with your chest and see if you can tuck the shoulder blades again. So go ahead and start revolving towards the left and work with the shoulder blades coming into the body, broadening across your chest. Just switch your legs so you've got your left leg bent, right leg straight. The straight leg internally rotates and moves down towards the floor. Maybe you can walk your left hand further around behind you. Maybe you can start drawing your right ribs through, so right ribs coming towards the street side for everyone on this side of the room. Left ribs moving back away from me. Work on the shoulder blades. Good. And then release and sit straight forward and stretch the bent leg out. And now bring your right leg back. First, just lift up. Lift the chest and tuck the shoulder blades. Straight leg moves down. Breathe. And then wrap the left arm around the bent leg. Take your right hand behind you. Lift, open your chest, and set the shoulder blades. Good. That's great. Fantastic. Just like you're doing. That's great. So the armpit chest on your left arm, the armpit chest has to lift. And then your ribs are revolving, left ribs towards the parking lot side for everyone on this side. Right ribs moving back. And then for this side of the room, the left ribs are coming towards the street. Right ribs back. Walk your right hand further behind you. There you go. Good. And then release. And just sit comfortably. So then I'll show you the second time you do the pose. You're going to see if you can cross over. When you cross your elbow over, all is lost with that shoulder blade. So we're going to see what we can do to keep as much of the shoulder blade moving in. So you'll start again lifted, you'll start with the revolving, and then try to keep as much of that as you can. You're going to drop that elbow to the outside of the bent knee. And then, once you get your ribs to move, then you can work with your shoulder blades a little bit again. When your ribs are back here, this doesn't have the space to come into the body. So you have to get the ribs through here before you can really set the shoulder blade back in to place. Where here you have a little more wiggle room through the shoulder girdle. So you only do what's appropriate, okay? Everyone bend your left leg, take your right leg out straight, internal rotation at the top of the right leg. Lift the chest, set the shoulder blades. Breathe, begin revolving towards the left. Walk your left hand back behind you. Lift the chest, set the shoulder blades. Good. Try to bring your right ribs through, and then if you can, drop your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Push hard with your elbow against your knee. Draw your belly back and revolve, yes, like that. Revolve your ribs through. Right ribs on this side of the room towards the street. Right ribs on this side of the room towards the props. Internal rotation with your straight leg. Don't let your right foot just flop out. There you go. Good, and then see if you can tuck that right shoulder blade back into the, Nate, that's beautiful. That's what you want to do. Good, and then go ahead and release and stretch that bent leg out and switch sides. So now you're going to bring the right leg in. Internal rotation on the top of the straight leg. Lift your chest, revolve, begin revolving towards the bent leg side. Breathe. See if you can start getting your ribs through. That's where the straight leg kind of gives up. So you have to get that internal rotation again. Good. And then if you can, drop the elbow to the outside of the bent knee. Use your muscles of your arm against the leg. Good. Breathing. Once you get those left ribs to kind of edge their way through the bent leg, see if you can tuck that left shoulder blade back down into the, moving it forward and towards the front body just like we did in the other pose. That's good. Great, you guys. And then go ahead and release. Just stretch the straight leg out. Okay, so then I'm going to use your squat, Judy, to demonstrate the next pose, and you guys can just watch for a moment. So this will be a standing pose. It's called Parsvottanasana. The first time you do, for everyone, the first time we do it, we're going to use 2 blocks. You'll step your left foot back to the wall, left heel to the wall, toes are turning towards the center of the room. Big step forward with the right foot. The outer thighs hug in. Right above that pubic plate, the same place we were talking about earlier, you want to rise. So you're not just crashing your weight down. The inner body is rising, the inner legs are rising. Outer legs hug in towards the midline. We'll start with the hands at the waist, elbows back. We're going to come forward over the front leg. This is my right leg. First side will be the right side. And then you're going to take your fingertips to the blocks. Straight arms, long front body, breathing, and then we're going to come up. So let's all do that part first. So go ahead, take your 2 blocks, and then step your left foot back to the wall, left heel to the wall, right foot forward, have your balls on the high side, and then stand up and put your hands at your waist. Heel to the wall, left heel to the wall, right foot forward. Mary, turn your left toes towards the middle of the room more. There you go. So the back foot is not pointing straight ahead, but it's deeply turned in towards the center of the room. That foot needs to internally rotate more towards me. Your back foot, left foot, toes towards me. There you go. And then everyone, hands at the waist, elbows back. Outer legs compact in. Outer shin come in, outer thighs come in. Inner legs are long, and you're extending in 2 directions in the inner legs, from the groin to the ankle, and then from your inner foot up to the groins. And then, and then right at that low part of your body, rise up. Keep hugging your outer legs in. Your back leg needs to internally rotate towards the center of the room more, so your left hip is facing forward. Keeping your abdomen toned, elbows back, lead with your chest, come over your right leg. Keep your shins hugging in. Stretch your fingertips to the blocks. Straighten your arms, look forward with your chest. Be on just tips of fingers. Straighten your arms, look forward with your chest. Outer shins compact in. Inner legs long. Breathe. Keep the strength in your legs. Place your hands at your waist, elbows back, lift your chest and rise up. And then switch your sides. So left foot forward, right foot back. Internal rotation with the right leg. Set your hands at your waist, elbows back. Draw the outer legs in, inner legs long, inner body rising. Walk your left foot towards the left a little bit. Walk your left foot towards Mary Lou. There you go. Elbows back, outer legs, hug in, inner legs strong. Lead with your chest, come over your front leg. Stretch fingertips to the blocks. Straight arms, look forward with your chest. Cut the outer shins in, cut the outer thighs in, get the strength of your inner legs. Look forward with your chest, your heart. Strong legs, lift your chest, place your hands at your waist, come all the way up, and then walk forward with your back foot to release the pose. And then I'll just use this spot again. So the second time we do the pose, you have the option of repeating with your hands on the blocks. That's a great way to do the pose. If you're a little more flexible and you want to increase, you're going to come forward, pause, get your legs strong, perhaps take your blocks down. If you can take your blocks away, put your hands on the floor without bending your legs, then that's your work. From there, if your hands are on the floor, you'll put your whole hand down, bend your elbows, and release the head down, and then look up, lift the chest, come all the way up. So it's smooth, right? But so if you're here, just go ahead and be here without bending your arms. So if you can't quite get down there, you're not going to take the extra step, okay? So set up left foot back, right foot forward. Internal rotation on the back leg, setting the hips and chest to face the center of the room. Elbows back, lift your chest, strong legs. Come over your right leg, leading with your chest. Come out and down, stretch your fingertips to the blocks. Keep cutting in with your outer legs. Breathe. If you can lower your blocks without bending your legs. If you can place your fingertips on the floor without bending your legs, take your fingers all the way down. Keep moving outer shins in, outer thighs in. The people who have fingertips on the floor, put your whole hand down, bend your elbows, release your head towards your leg. Breathe. The people who are on blocks, extend your chest forward. The people with hands down, look up, straighten your arms, strong legs, lift your chest, come all the way up, put your hands on your waist. Everyone now, hands on the waist, come all the way up. Good, and then walk forward with your back foot. That's why we did all the twisting. Pin the hips, turn the chest. So everyone on this side of the room, chest is going to look towards the parking lot. And then we'll extend the upper arm, the right arm up. And we'll come down. And then we're going to repeat. And the second time we do it, we're going to work on taking the classic pose with the hand across. So step your left foot back, heel to the wall, right foot big step forward. Turn your back foot internally so your left toes are pointing towards the center of the room, basically. And then your block, put it on the inside of your right foot. To start the first time, I always have a better result when I put my hand down on the inside of my front foot. Back heel is down in this. Turn your chest to face the center of the room. Hips squaring towards the center of the room, chest and shoulders towards the center of the room. Lift your abdomen a little bit. Good. So the outer thighs are still holding in, inner legs long. Lead with your chest, come over your right leg. Extend your left hand to the block. Keep your right hand on your waist for a moment. Pin your hips in, hold in with your outer shins, breathe. So then everyone on this side of the room, your chest is going to start turning towards the street side. You guys on this side, chest, ribs turning towards the parking lot. It's your left ribs that need to descend in this. Left ribs descend. If you can, stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling, straight up towards the ceiling. Left ribs descending, pin your hips. Good, and then lower your upper arm, face the center of the room, and then come all the way up to stand. And we'll switch sides. So you'll put left foot forward, right foot back. Walk is going to go on the inside of your left foot. Prepare by facing towards the center of the room, squaring hips and chest this way. Good. Abdomen lifts, and take your outer right thigh towards the, elbows back, lift your chest. Outer hips in, outer shins cut in, inner legs long. Lead with your chest, come over that left leg. Breathe. And then it's your right hand, you stretch down to the inside of the front foot. Pin your hips, legs strong. And then start revolving, so chest on this side of the room is turning towards the props. Other hand. There you go. Chest on the side of the room, turning towards the street. It's your right ribs that have to descend. And then if you can, your left arm, it goes straight up. I'm not going to walk away. Right ribs descending. Yeah. Good. And then to come up, kind of look down towards your leg, and then strong legs, lift your chest, and walk forward with your back leg. Okay, great. So I can't remember what the time is, like when I'm supposed to end, but we'll just keep going. So the classic pose has the lower arm, the lower hand crossed over to the outside of the front foot. In my opinion, it becomes much more challenging. So I'll show you my attempt at it, and you can try it. If you're losing your balance, you can always bring your hand back towards the inside. I'm going to show you without the block because I find it easier without the block on my body. So you can have the block there to start if you like. Outer hips compact in, you're going to lead that same motion, and then it'll be the left hand that comes to the outside of the front foot. The reason I find it easier without the block is once you can connect your wrist to your ankle right here, you get a little stability from that point to begin revolving. At that point, it's really about those ribs descending. So the ribs, those are my left ribs that have to give, they have to move towards the floor. And then bottom shoulder blade tucks again, just like we worked on earlier. Okay.
And your back foot is you're only on the ball of your foot, or are you on your whole foot?
I'm on my whole foot.
Okay.
Yeah. I have my heel against the wall though for balance.
Okay.
Okay? So step your left foot back, right foot forward, and we'll just give it a shot. See how it goes. Can you put your heel on the floor? Can you put your heel all the way down? I mean, your heel, the back of your heel touches the molding. That's for balance. Of course, you know, classically, we don't use the wall. Elbows back, abdomen lift.